By 1781, the Americans and British had been at war for 5 long years. And while the American Army was capable of harassing the Redcoats in hit-and-run tactics, the Royal Navy still made logistics a headache for the colonials. In the South, British General Cornwallis continued to feel that a decisive field battle would call the Loyalist forces there to the British side. He felt that his soldiers had the advantage over the colonials, as they were well-trained and didn't have to worry about simultaneously managing their farms. Now, Cornwallis's opponent was a young colonial general, Nathaniel Greene, who had replaced Horatio Gates after the American disaster at Camden. So Cornwallis charged Banastre Tarleton with a search and destroy mission to eliminate Greene's troops. On the 17th of January, Tarleton confronted a colonial force under Daniel Morgan at Cowpens, South Carolina. Now, both sides had a mix of trained soldiers and local militia in their forces. Morgan placed his militias in his front, and as the British advanced, the rebel militia fired and fell back. Morgan used 2 such lines, pulling the British towards his Continental line. As the British met the colonial line with their bayonets, the American flanks pulled in and successfully enveloped the British, who were surrounded and forced to surrender. Now, responding to his defeat at Cowpens, Cornwallis was forced to change his tactics. He lightened his troops' supplies, including their beloved rum, and he transformed his troops into light infantry units, capable of long marches to root out Greene's forces. As the British moved back and forth across the Carolinas, the Continentals upped the application of guerrilla warfare. And in an action that would rival Tarleton's massacre of American combat at the Battle of Waxhaws, American officer Light Horse Henry Lee set upon a Loyalist militia near Burlington, North Carolina, and bloodily slaughtered them. Now, in North Carolina, Cornwallis finally caught up with Greene's much larger force on March the 15th. And Greene tried the same tactic of the 3-line defense that had worked so well at Cowpens. They fought in heavy woods, and the British pushed grimly forward into the first 2 lines of American troops, who again fired and fell back. As the British reached the 3rd line, the engagement developed into a brutal hand-to-hand melee, and Cornwallis, realizing that his exhausted troops were at risk of being quickly overcome in the fray, ordered 2 small cannons to fire grape shot indiscriminately into the scrum. And while he sacrificed a number of his own soldiers with this order, it did force the Americans from the field. Cornwallis bought the ground at Guilford Courthouse at a very heavy price. 500 of his 1,900 men were either killed or wounded, and he was also coming to the realization that the hope for Loyalist forces to bolster his army in the South was never going to materialize. In Britain, news of this costly victory in the Southern theater was bolstering the ever-growing call for England to end the war. As with the American situation in Vietnam nearly 200 years later, Britain was engaged in a costly war that they didn't have a creative solution of how to solve, and they instead continued to choose the easier path of staying the course and continuing to lose men and resources. Nathaniel Greene, who was perhaps the most perceptive American general of the war, realized that it was more important to keep a fighting force in the field than to win an individual battle. The 2 British commanders in the theater, Clinton and Cornwallis, both had very different ideas on how to end the war. Clinton felt that he could put British troops on the defensive and win a war of attrition, while Cornwallis wanted to move north in an offensive campaign into the rich agricultural lands of Virginia. Cornwallis did so, moving his forces from the Carolinas to Yorktown, Virginia, where he set up fortifications. Now, Washington realized that no matter how long they fought, the British Navy would have to be defeated, and since the Americans only had a rudimentary navy, French aid was going to be vital. So finally in July, the French Navy moved towards Virginia, and Washington immediately seized the opportunity, rushing his troops 400 miles to besiege Yorktown. Washington then had the Redcoats bottled in from the land, and the French blockaded naval support from the sea. Now, in the resulting naval battle of the Chesapeake, French and British ships fought to win control of the bay, and after a day's battle, the British pulled back and sailed back to New York several days later. Now, while the battle was ultimately a draw, both sides realized that they were entering the war's endgame, and Cornwallis was not going to go down without a fight. So the British bolstered their position at Yorktown with an extensive system of entrenchments and earthen fortifications, and both sides brought in heavy siege guns to pound each other with. In the subsequent siege, artillery bombardments were punctuated by repeated assaults on the British trenches. Meanwhile, Cornwallis was endeavoring to try to get Clinton in New York to rescue his besieged troops. And while some aid did come, it was too little too late. On the morning of October 17th, after a brutal night of American artillery bombardment, a British drummer emerged from the fortifications of Yorktown, followed by an officer waving a white handkerchief. After several hours of negotiations, Cornwallis surrendered, and the American Revolution was officially over. Here we got the last of the scenarios that come with the game. This is the Virginia-Yorktown campaign of 1781. And this is the end for the British's hopes for controlling the colonies. Couple things to note about it. It runs from March to November. And I'm using this little battle counter here as a turn marker because the turn marker that comes with the game is a little bit confusing because of the arrow located with it. So like I say, I'm just going to use this one. And the British will move first. Now the British player wins if they destroy all 4 commerce counters by the end of the November 1781 turn. They've got that's here in Charlottesville, here in Richmond, and then there's one down here in Petersburg. To destroy one, the British player has to begin their movement phase in the same hex with the commerce counter, providing no American or French combat units are also in that hex. And the commerce counters can't move, they stay in place. Now, the British will get reinforcements, and the reinforcements all come down here at Portsmouth. And if Portsmouth is controlled by a colonial power, then they'll move into, say, Norfolk or a surrounding hex. They can move into any one hex surrounding here. At the beginning of America's November... Oh, and then the other thing for victory, and also in addition to destroying these commerce counters, is that the British must have a 2-to-3 ratio of strength points compared to the Franco-American forces within an area that's bounded by the Chesapeake Bay to the east, the Pennsylvania-Maryland border up here to the north. To the south, it's going to be the North Carolina-Virginia border, and then to the west, it's 5 hexes of any port hex. So let's just say right here, Portsmouth, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or Alexandria, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can kind of see it's going to be this region in here that they have. And let's see. Oh, yeah, I was mentioning the French units at the beginning of the Americans' November 1781 turn. That's their last turn of the game. 6 French regular strength points and 1 French artillery unit have to be removed. And if there's less than 6 strength points remaining, then you have to continue to remove all of the French units. And also the Americans and French can interchangeably use each other's supplies. Okay, let's get started here. So the British are going to try to, first of all, move against the Continentals. Now they're going to have to move over here. 1, and I'm going to move everybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to overrun these guys. I think I can overrun them. Oh, I cannot. No, that's 3. Okay, I've got to stop. If I had 6 units there, I could overrun. So they're going to move there. That's all they can do. And we will battle. Let's bring my let's bring up my CRT here. Now they're 2. Oh wait, hold on. That's 3 to 6. Okay, they have a supply unit, so that would give them 6 to 1. So yeah, they can go ahead and just move right. They can just plow right on through. So delete, and we delete the first. So they've already got that. Now that was, let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, they can do it. So they can't overrun and move into the next hex. Okay, that leaves the Americans going, and I think with the Americans we're going to try to get down here. At least we could try to get to Charlottesville, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, how far is it? That's an extra 1. That 9 there if we did a forced march, or 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 minus 8. 6. We couldn't roll a 1. I don't think we're going to make it. Let's try the forced march to Charlottesville. And so we roll a d6, and we get a 5. And that means we don't make it. There's a 0 down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. We'll just go with the 7. So we did not make it across Raccoon Ford. Okay, that is it for, there's no other, you start out with almost nothing at the beginning of this game. So we go to the next turn. We're in April turn. Again, we have more British troops lining at Portsmouth. And I think what I want to do is I want to keep an axe. We got to move to the backwoods here. So we are going to go 1, 2, and destroy that one. Oh, we have to start our turn on that. That's right. Okay. Okay, let's just assume we're going to go back, and I'm going to move backwards. Since we had to start our turn, you can't just go buzzing through those. We start and destroy that. Okay, then we're going to move 1, 2, and then 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move this guy here, and then move these guys out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. This provides an interesting problem. Okay, we could try. If we can get here first, well, we're still got to deal with these guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think I've done everything here, so it's now up to, let's see, we're going to get rid of those movements. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to move to the colonial turn. Colonials are going to, I am going to try to drain them here at Charlotte. So we're just going to move here. I don't think there's anything I can do to save these guys. Okay. I've got an idea. Is that we can put a fortification here. That's what we will do. So we go to turn 3. It's now May, and we have a supply unit come in. I'm going to remove this. Get rid of those. Delete. Okay, so Charlotte we've taken care of. We've got this deleted. We are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to basically, I'm going to decrease this and clone them. No, I'm not. I'm going to increase this and not clone them. And then I am going to move these two. 1, 2. We're going to move him over here and him over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will move up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will move up here, and we will attack up there, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. There we go. Okay. And so we've got 5 to 3. Actually, it's going to be 5 to 6 because we're using that supply unit. So 1 to 2 odds. We roll a 6. Ouch. That's a. So 1 to 2 with a 6. Let's go back to our advanced CRT. Is a DL1. So they lose their decrease here. Now, I think we're going to have to fight it out here for the Americans. So they've got 2, so that gives them 4 because they have a supply. And they can fight back once and keep their supply. going to do it. I'm going to fight back at least once and make it 4 to 5 odds, or 1 to 2 with a 2. 1 to 2 with a 2 is an AL2. Attacker loses 2, so the attacker is deleted. And we can delete this guy and bring in a British supply unit, because now you'll notice that that is it for the Americans. And when I've played this in the past, I've had the same thing happen. The Americans are pretty much eliminated by about this turn in. They will make a comeback, don't worry. Okay, that's the end of turn. We're going to go to the next turn. And then the Americans have 2 of these within 2 hexes of Charlotte. Okay, so they're back here. Can't do much. I can. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to delete this and change it over. They're going to capture that supply, which that supply could have been useful for making a fort. Okay. And now then, these guys can start their turn on, let's see, the British go to, we go to June. We're in the June turn. And let's see, 3 BRs on the North Carolina-Virginia border. Okay, North Carolina-Virginia border. I'm going to keep them right here at Warrentown. And then the others are going to be at Portsmouth. Down here. Okay, British move. They're going to destroy that. We started our movement on that. We're going to turn this into a fortification. And by doing that, we're going to delete him. And we are going to delete him. And we bring out the fortification counter. And, oh, and then we've got to remove 1 unit here. So we decrease him by 1. Okay. So now they're a fort. They have to be there all around, but they're going to stay put. This guy, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he can't make it. Let's see if we started him here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can make it. And then these guys are going to come down from Charlottesville. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now what's their odds? 3, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8 to 2. So it's 4 to 1 odds. Okay, and they both have supplies. Okay, 4 to 1 with, let's go ahead and do 4 to 1. 4 to 1 with a 2 is DL2. Okay, defender loses 2, so that's it for this. And actually, it's 4 to 1 with a... Oh, okay, hold on. It's actually a 3 because they're attacking a militia unit. Now, so it's going to have them. Actually not. That's actually worse. So now these guys are at 1. They would have eliminated them if you would have followed the regular rules, but we didn't. Okay. Oh, and then the 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're going to put this guy here. And that's going to be it for the turn for the Brits. Okay, it's June. We go to the Americans, and they get a 1 Continental Army near Charlotte. Okay. And then they get a supply and 2 Continentals on the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. Oh, up here. Okay. What did I do with those guys? There they are. Okay. There they are up here. Okay. What can we do? We got 1 unit here. Not the best. I'm going to entrench him. At least we can do something defensive here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to try to go one more. Let's just see if we can go 8. This would be 8, 9. So we got 1 here. We're going to try a force march. Hopefully we can get a successful one. We're going to make 1 extra. We get a 6. So nope, we don't make it. Okay. That is it for the American turn. Now the British can go. Oh, we got to advance 1. I did this. Okay, then we're here on July. And, okay, do we want to try to get rid of these guys? I'm going to try to destroy both. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 to 1. If they can stay put, if the Brits can stay put, they'll win this. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to move. We're going to stay here. Okay, we're going to try to destroy that. So we're going to make 2 attacks. I bolstered my fort. Let's get this guy here. So he's in the fort. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to decrease this by 1 and then clone him. Oh, he was 3. Let's just do... No, we can't. Let's increase him. What my plan was to move down to Petersburg and put a fort in up there, but we can do this after we've eliminated these guys. So, maybe 2, 3. I got 4 points in there, which that's 8 points. That's going to be hard to take out. So, okay, let's go 3 to 1 minus 1. 3, 2. 3 to 1 with a 2. Is it a defender loses 1? That's here. And so we delete that. I can delete that. And then we have 3, 6 to 2. 3 to 1. With a 3. 3 to 1 with a 3. DL2. Okay, there's enough to eliminate him. So he's... delete. Okay, and then I'm going to say that this is deleted, and we're going to call that... the supply unit is taken. Okay. Okay, now we've got 2 rebel militia within 2 hexes of Charlotte. We'll stay here, and I'm going to... The issue is I don't have a lot. Let's see, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could try it again. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to do another forced march. And I got a 1, so I made it. Yeah, I don't even have to look at the table to say that I made that. And then this guy will come down here and attack. And we've got 2, 4, and that's going to be 8 to 6. It's 1 short of being 3 to 2 odds, but that's okay. So 1 to 1 odds. We roll a 5 at 1 to 1, and we get a defender loses 1. Okay. Okay. Next, going to go to Petersburg. I'm going to go to Portsmouth. 1. And we're going to take our 3 down here. And no, we're not. We're going to stay at Petersburg. And we're going to move this guy here. This guy's going to move up here and attack. These guys will form a fort here. They'll have to start their movement here to form a fort. So it'll be the next turn before I do anything. And so we've got 3, 5, Each side supplied, so it's 5 to 4, 1 to 1 odds. We roll a 3 at 1 to 1, and it's an attacker loses 1. Okay, decrease, and then that is going to be it. Okay, these guys. Okay, 15 French at any port. So 5, 10, 15 French unit, 2 artilleries, 2 artilleries, and 1 supply are going to be at any port, and then 6 Continental armies at Baltimore. Let's see, get up to Baltimore here. And 2 rebel militia within 2 hexes of Charlotte. Okay, we are going to fight there again. And we are going to say that our rebel militia are going to entrench. We can do that. Make it so. Okay. We need to bring these guys out. Now, I have... Oh, and this guy was at Portsmouth. I'll just move him up there. Okay, the French basically have 2 turns to do anything. So they can move here and hopefully destroy these guys, and then they can move here and hopefully destroy these guys. And destroy that ratio. Here we're going to attack back. We're going to smack back here. And then 8. Let's see what we got. Those guys. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They'll move them. The French will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we moved up there with the French. And the Brits don't really have a chance to do much. Okay, we still got 2 battles here. The first battle is going to be against the British. And they've got 3 units, but they're doubled because of supply. Actually, both sides are doubled, so those count out against each other. So 3 for the British. And then for the French, there's 5, 10, 15. So 5 to 1 odds. Let's go to our combat results table. We roll a 2 at 5 to 1. Half the defenders eliminated. Okay, that looks bad for the British, but... So we'll decrease them. Actually, they only decrease by 1 because half of 3 is 1.5 and you round up. So, okay, over here, the Continentals are going to be attacking. And they've got, let's move this over here a little bit. Come on. Come on out. Okay, they've got 2, 4, 6. They're both supplied, so 6 to 4. So 3 to 2 odds with a 1, no effect. Okay. Oh, over here, can we could go ahead and attack again. I think we're going to do that now. Because there's no effect, that one's done. But I'm going to go back and we'll say the British have a chance to fight back, and they're not going to do it because they have no way to get the odds. But the French are, and they're going to burn their supply. And they still say they stay supplied for the whole game, or for the whole turn. So 5, 10, 15 to 2 is going to be there's your 6 to 1 odds. We roll again and we get a 1. Defender loses 2, and that's enough to delete them. And the French can take this supply unit, they can take this artillery unit, and they can take this supply unit, which they will do. French supply. Is it 2 supplies? Because the British had 2. Yeah, 2 supplies and an artillery. And we'll delete those. Man, those sibilant S's that I make come across on that microphone really heavy, but sorry about that. Okay, that is it. Now that's it for the British turn, or the Continental turn, and actually the whole turn. Okay, we go to October. Brits can go. Badly outnumbered. Well, they're 4-6. That's enough. What I'm going to do is I am going to hurry over here. And our hope is that we're going to be able to scurry in there and stay alive by just doing that. Now then, the Continentals will go, and we get a supply on the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. We'll just put them here. Okay. The French hammer is going to hit here. These guys are going to move here. And this is really pretty indicative of how this game plays, because you do end up with these giant stacks. So the Battle of, what is this place? We're at Richmond begins. So here at Richmond, just like in the Civil War, I guess this was the equivalent of the Trenton, or of Yorktown, sorry, not Trenton. Totally different part of the war. Okay, let's tease all these apart. Oh, and then this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we can move him. Let's do something here. Let's make this 6, 7, 8. We're going to increase this to 8. Increase, increase, increase. And we are just going to fight to the death here. We will delete him. We'll delete him. We'll change this. Increase and increase. We'll delete him. Okay. So that's the Continental units. Now the French have an artillery, and we've got plenty of supply. 2 artilleries, 3 artilleries, and then 5, 10, 15. We'll keep that just the same. That's fine. The British have 3, they have 2, 3, 6, 7. So let's just increase that to 7. 1, 5, 6, and 7. And we'll delete. We've got a supply. We'll delete, and we will delete, and we have a 1. Okay. We have a supplied battle against each other. So basically the Franco-American, which is also the spaghetti, 5, 10, 15, 19, 26 to 16. Is that, let's see, 16 and 8 is, okay, that is going to be 3-2 odds. And then we're going to get on a roll, we're going to get a +1, a +2, and a +3. So 3-2 +3 from the Franco-Americans to the British. We roll a 6, 7, 8, 9. 3-2 at 9. Half defender eliminated. Okay. That is 8 that we take off. We can delete him, and then we take 3 here. Decrease, decrease, decrease. Okay. The Brits can't really do much because they're stuck in their fort, but the Continentals can go ahead and we're going to take and use the supply up. Now this time it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to be easily, wait, this is 8? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 19, 26 to 8. So that's 3-1 odds. 3-1 +3, and we roll a 3, so 6. Half defender eliminated. So we decrease and we decrease. We will fight again, and this should be 6-1, 5. So 26 to 4. Yeah, easily that's 24. Yeah, that would be 6-1 odds +3. We get a 9, and that's a defender eliminated. And that, I think, will just destroy the fort. Is going to be about it. Let's see what we've got. We move to this one. Okay, the British have moved in their turn, they move everybody down here. They have 10 units, and they did need a 2 to 3 ratio of strength points. So if they can stay put here, and I don't think they're going to be able to reach them. Let's see here. Well, okay. Something interesting is going to happen here. And that is, okay, they're going to stay put at Portsmouth. Actually, we'll move them out to Norfolk. We're going to move them even further out. And then we move into the November round. Okay, now something happens is that the French all take, let's see, French at the beginning of the American, let's reread this. Turn 6 regular strength points and 1 French artillery leave the theater. So delete and 6. So we'll take this guy off, and then we'll decrease him down to, there, 4. I guess just 1. Okay. These guys are all in Richmond. Well, get these guys out of here. Now, to get a 2 to 3 ratio, they have 10. So if they have 10, there would need to be 15 units, which there's easily 15 units. So even with the French leaving, they're still going to have, there's 15 right there. So they could move down and try to move to Portsmouth. Let's just go ahead and just for fun, let's see what happens if we do this. Now I'm going to say that the Continental Army has won this, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, artillery can move this far. And then everybody else can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We wanted to move 2 extra. Well, 3. We'll say 3 extra force march of 3. Now, I don't know whether you can force march these separately, or, I mean, I suppose you could tease these all apart and force march them, but I'm not sure. I don't know if the rules say anything explicitly. Anyway, we're going to say 3 extra, and we roll and get a 3. So they're able to move 2 extra. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he can move 2 extra. 1, 2. And 2. And then everybody else could move 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got 7 and 4. Let's just say it's it's not going to be worth it. So we're not going to attack. We'll just stay put. Otherwise, we'll lose units. So it's not going to make a big difference. But that's it for the Battle of Yorktown. It looks like the Continentals won that one. It's kind of wild how the French intervention completely changes the game over. You're at the point where there's just a Continental Army's nothing there by the middle of the game, and then they're able to come roaring back. But that's kind of how things went in the real life. Anyway, that's what I got. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you later. Bye.